How to quickly lower morning blood sugar levels and keep them stable. Managing blood sugar doesn't have to be complicated, no matter if you're living with type 1, type 2, or any other form of diabetes. If you're reading this, chances are you're struggling with high blood sugar levels. Whether it's waking up to elevated fasting glucose, experiencing spikes after meals, or dealing with fluctuations throughout the day, I've been there too. But don't worry, each of these challenges can be addressed with practical solutions. Wouldn't it be amazing to wake up every day with fasting blood sugar in the non-diabetic range? I used to feel desperate about my high morning glucose levels, but over 6 months of experimentation, I found simple ways to lower my fasting glucose. I tracked everything I ate, every activity, and every change I made. These experiments taught me how to hack my own body, and I discovered 10 strategies that can help you fix your morning blood sugar. Let's dive into the most effective ones. First, what you eat for dinner has a significant impact on your morning glucose. For example, pizza, which is high in carbs and fats, spikes blood sugar and keeps it elevated overnight. In contrast, a quinoa salad with beans, vegetables, and olives only slightly raises glucose, which then stabilizes overnight. The fiber and protein in balanced meals slow glucose release and improve fasting levels. So, my first hack is to eat a healthy, balanced dinner focused on whole foods rich in protein, fiber, and healthy fats like quinoa, lentils, avocados, or olive oil. Timing is just as important as the content of your dinner. When I ate after 8 p.m., my glucose stayed elevated overnight, but eating before 7 p.m. consistently resulted in lower fasting blood sugar. This is supported by research showing that early eaters have significantly lower glucose levels both in the morning and throughout the day. Just be mindful of late-night snacking. If you need a snack, choose healthy options like nuts, olives, or veggie sticks with hummus. Exercise is another powerful tool for lowering morning glucose. Regular physical activity improves insulin sensitivity, which helps regulate blood sugar levels. During my experiment, I found that my average fasting glucose after exercise was 95 mg per deciliter compared to 115 mg per deciliter on days without exercise. I combined strength training, mobility exercises, and low-intensity cardio, aiming for 60 minutes of activity at least 4 times a week. Consistency is key, and even small amounts of exercise can make a difference. Quality sleep also plays a critical role in glucose regulation. On nights when I slept 7 to 8 hours uninterrupted, my blood sugar stayed stable, and my fasting levels were in the ideal range. However, poor sleep, whether due to going to bed late or waking up in the middle of the night, caused nighttime glucose spikes and higher fasting levels. To improve sleep, I established a routine, going to bed early, around 9 to 9:30 p.m., avoiding caffeine in the evening, reducing screen time before bed, and keeping my room cool and dark. A common cause of elevated morning glucose for many diabetics is the dawn phenomenon, which occurs when hormones like cortisol and growth hormones signal the liver to release glucose between 3 a.m. and 8 a.m. This natural process can raise blood sugar levels, but you can confirm if it's affecting you by monitoring your glucose every 2 hours overnight or using a continuous glucose monitor, CGM. Keeping a detailed journal of your readings, meals, medications, and activities can help you identify patterns and adjust your routine to counteract this effect. If you use insulin, optimizing its timing and dosage can make a huge difference. I discovered that my blood sugar starts spiking at 6 a.m. and continues until 9 a.m. Adjusting my insulin schedule to address this spike helped stabilize my morning glucose levels. Even if you don't use insulin, Understanding how it works can help you better manage your blood sugar. Combining these strategies, eating balanced, early dinners, regular exercise, quality sleep, and understanding your glucose patterns can significantly improve your fasting blood sugar and overall glucose management. While medications provide immediate effects, lifestyle changes create sustainable improvements. With consistency and patience, it's possible to achieve non-diabetic glucose levels most of the time. Consult your healthcare provider to tailor these hacks to your needs, and start taking steps today toward better blood sugar control and a healthier life. How to manage morning blood sugar spikes. If you're dealing with morning blood sugar spikes, here are some practical tips that worked for me. As an insulin pump user, I reduced 80% of my spike by increasing my basal insulin dose from 3:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. If you use long-acting insulin like Lantus or Tresiba, adjusting your dose or timing might help. Always analyze your glucose trends and consult your doctor before making changes. Alcohol and blood sugar. Interestingly, drinking a couple of shots of whiskey before bed prevented my morning spikes because the liver prioritized metabolizing alcohol over releasing glucose. However, excessive drinking can cause dangerous lows overnight and damage the liver long-term. Stick to low-carb options like whiskey, vodka, or dry wine, and avoid sugary cocktails or beer. Coffee and water. Coffee first thing in the morning spiked my blood sugar by 30 to 40 mg/dl, but waiting until later eliminated this effect. Water didn't make much difference for me, but staying hydrated is essential, especially if you use a CGM, as dehydration can affect its accuracy. Apple cider vinegar. Some studies show that 2 tablespoons of ACV before bed can lower morning glucose levels, but it didn't work for me. Results may vary, so it's worth a try. Exercise. A 45-minute morning run after waking up completely eliminated my spike. Exercise not only helps lower glucose levels but also improves insulin sensitivity, making it a great tool to combat morning resistance. The perfect breakfast. My favorite breakfast for stable blood sugar is shakshuka, a low-carb, high-protein dish made with eggs, tomatoes, onions, and spices. It's delicious and keeps my glucose steady. Managing morning glucose takes experimentation and consistency, but these strategies can help you take control. Always consult your doctor before making major changes. Managing post-meal blood sugar spikes can be challenging, especially for those living with diabetes. Jessie, also known as the glucose goddess, suggests 10 simple hacks to help avoid these spikes. While Jessie doesn't have diabetes, I tested her methods as a type 1 diabetic, and here's what I found. First, avoid naked carbs, which are carbs eaten alone, like toast with jam or fruit juice. These spike blood sugar rapidly because they're pure starch or sugar. For example, 1 slice of toast with jam raised my blood sugar from 100 to 250 milligrams per deciliter, even with insulin. Pairing carbs with fat, protein, or fiber, which Jessie calls dressing your carbs, slows glucose absorption. Adding Greek yogurt to chocolate cake, using avocado or smoked salmon on bread, or pairing rice with steamed vegetables reduced my blood sugar spikes by about 20%. Jessie recommends starting the day with a savory breakfast instead of a sweet one. Sweet breakfasts like pancakes and pastries can cause morning spikes, so I switched to eggs, smoked salmon, and avocado toast during a recent conference. My blood sugar stayed below 150 milligrams per deciliter, even after including Greek yogurt with blackberries. Whole fruits are fine in moderation, but avoid fruit juices or smoothies, as they lack fiber and spike blood sugar quickly. Another helpful tip is delaying coffee until after eating. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach can spike blood sugar due to the adrenaline it triggers. I found that having coffee later in the day prevented this effect. Eating foods in the right order also matters. Start with fiber-rich vegetables, then eat proteins and fats, and leave carbs or sweets for last. For example, when dining out, skip the bread served before your meal and begin with a salad dressed with olive oil and vinegar. This order reduced my blood sugar spikes by about 20 to 30%. Eating slower and taking breaks between courses allows your body to better process glucose. For insulin-dependent diabetics, this gives insulin more time to work effectively. Pair this with a simple exercise like seated soleus push-ups, raising and lowering your heels while sitting. In my experiments, doing this exercise for 30 minutes lowered my blood sugar by 38 milligrams per deciliter. If you love sweets, save them for dessert after a balanced meal with fiber, protein, and healthy fats. For instance, enjoy chocolate cake after a salad and protein-rich dish instead of as a standalone snack. Jesse also recommends incorporating apple cider vinegar, suggesting 2 tablespoons before meals to stabilize blood sugar by slowing glucose absorption. While this didn't work for me, others may see benefits. Physical activity is another powerful tool. A brisk 15 to 20-minute walk after meals significantly reduced my blood sugar levels, and a 45-minute run completely eliminated spikes. Staying hydrated is equally important, as dehydration can affect blood sugar levels and CGM accuracy. Finally, focus on balanced meals with whole, unprocessed ingredients whenever possible. While not every hack will work for everyone, experimenting with these strategies can help you find what's effective for your body. Always consult your healthcare provider before making significant changes to your routine. These simple adjustments can make managing blood sugar spikes more achievable and improve overall well-being.